much, Karen. Is it straight? And no eating X.
I've got a whole bunch.
Right, Phenai, please take your Phenai or Phoenixes, take your seats. Jeremy, you can't sit in the sun. You're way too pale for sitting in the sun. You get blisters and then you'll have to go home early and, you know, sunstroke and... Chad, Mrs. A and I also would like to sit in the shade so we don't overheat. We can sit over there in front of them. Don't worry, Pegasi, we'll wait for you, you know. That would have been funny. At least you would have had a soft landing, Shreya. It feels very strange having assembly here. Did you guys have assembly here last week?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. It's much more civilized. Is that a dragon who's the last one to arrive?
Oh dear. It's very clever.
Don't worry, Shreya also tripped over the same rock. Right. So I would like to welcome Dylan. Dylan, welcome for your trial week. I see you've been, you know, annexed to the Griffins already. And Max, welcome. He's doing some assessments with the hope of joining us for trial week next week. You've been annexed to the Phoenixes. I don't know if I should be saying shame to the two of you, but good luck. Yeah. I know the Dragons feel that it's shame. Right, detention today is Miss Brief in C4. Remy, Eden, Haley, and Josi will be on detention. Please make sure you're on time. 2:30 sharp. And Miss Brief, make it an unpleasant experience so they don't have a repeat of it, okay? Cool. Right. Somebody's turning 21 on Sunday. Mr. Ramnarain, where are you? There we go. Let us know how it feels to be 21 again, please. I've got past that. Right, PE arrangements. The grade 10s and 11s will be on the multi-court. We're playing hockey. Lou, as it's your week, you can please arrange that someone help you get all the hockey balls and hockey sticks out. And there is one behind the door in the admin office as well. Grade 8s and 9s, you will be on the grass. You're going to meet Mrs. Aitchison at the lab. What kind of PE requires lab work? Right. The grade 4s to 7s, you get to swim during PE today. So Mrs. Ostrick will take you for that. And then Mr. Morrison would like all the prefects that have orientation students and the orientation students at the benches here, please. Okay. Are we all clear? Sure. Right. Where do we go from here? Cool. Grade 10, Dylan, are you here today? Not. Okay. So we'll leave that. I think Dylan, so just in his absence, last weekend, Dylan shot again, and I think he's qualified for the national team for clay pigeon, and he's away this weekend shooting again for clay pigeon. So he's doing really, really well. So hold thumbs for him and ask him how it's going when he gets back. It's a big deal to represent South Africa for clay pigeon. He's going to end up going to Europe and the UK next year to do it. Okay. Right, then I'm going to ask Miss van Skalkwyk and Miss Brief to come up. And then I'd like the Sokopa students to join them up here while they start talking to us about what happened in the last couple of weeks and give us some feedback. Over to the Sokopa, who should be used to standing on the stage at this point.
Hey guys, so let me just start off by saying Sokopa is the South African National Championships for Performing Arts. So it was over a few weeks that we were at school until 4:30 when the rest of you were chilling at home. We were practicing, and even some Sundays we were practicing. So this is a big deal, and our students have come very far competing against people that came from all over South Africa, and then we all went to Rustenburg to compete. So that is what Socopa is. It's performing arts. So it's anything. It's from music, instruments, drama, singing, vocals, all sorts of things that you are good at performing arts wise. That is what it is. But I'm going to leave it to the students to give you some feedback about their experience. Thank you.
The resident model should go first.
Hi everyone. So on the week of the 3rd of last week, Sam, Remy, Mika and I went to perform at the South African Championships of Performing Arts. Each morning of last week, we traveled to the treacherous traffic of Johannesburg on a lengthy drive to the heat hole that you call Rustenburg. There at the Civic Center, Rustenburg Civic Center, hundreds of people perform their little 90-second piece throughout the whole day, and it's kind of exhausting to have to wait, but anyways. The categories that I chose were modeling and dancing, and I spent hours practicing here at school. This being my first competitive experience, I was quite nervous for all my performances, but shout out to the people who gave me some encouraging words and cheers. It really helped. At the end of the week was the prize giving, and I got a silver medal for casual runway in modeling. I would like to give a big thank you to Ms. Brief and Ms. van Skalkbeek for accommodating us and for the whole experience, as well as helping me win. If you wish to enter Socopa, be prepared to sacrifice a whole lot, and also be prepared for the possibility of almost staying the night at a random place in Rustenburg because no one wanted to take you guys home. Thank you.
The life of a model, yeah.
Good morning, Edu Inc. I trust you all have had a productive week. I'm standing here on this podium today because I want to share my experience that I had with Socopa. I was singing and I did 5 musical pieces and 1 Broadway theater. As hard as it was for me to accept that I can't just wake up one day and expect miracles, Socopa really pushed me to be confident in my voice. Though 2 women I think me and my colleagues feel deserve the thanks is Ms. Brief and Ms. van Skalkbeek for pushing, training, and encouraging us. Now, one thing I want to leave with you all today is that I learned during my Socopa experience is that it's not about the competition or winning or losing, but about working on yourself, training that skill, improving that talent, and not being afraid to make mistakes. Thank you.
Last year, I think at the end of term 1, Miss Brief asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I told her I wanted to be an actor. The term ended, we had a long holiday. Midway through exams, she walked into the class, she said, "Sam, I found this acting thing for you. You're interested?" I said, "Yes." And that's how Socopa started. They didn't have to do it, but they accommodated the entire thing, Miss Brief and Miss van Skalkbeek. And although I've spoken in front of assembly countless times, this is the first time it's official. I kept thinking I got 2 silvers and I didn't feel like it was good enough, because everybody around there was walking around being weighed down by kgs of silver, gold, bronze, everything. But then I realized those people signed up to so many categories and I just signed up to 5. So don't judge your success on other people. Think about what you did yourself.
In those shoes, you can do anything.
Guys, everyone wrote out a speech. Sam didn't write anything, but he came up here and gave a great speech. I don't know how people expect me to do this. Okay. Okay. So, Sakopa. It was a very stressful experience. Not in the beginning though, because I honestly did not think this was a big deal at all. So, you know, I did my practicing stuff. I did karaoke in the car. I practiced the way that I perceived as a good way to practice. My mother hates me. She doesn't let me play music in the house anymore. So yeah, I didn't think it was a very big deal. But then we got there to this giant hall, which was filled with so many loud little kids and kids my age and a bunch of adults. And I was like, oh, damn, this is like everyone in South Africa, which is an over exaggeration, but there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people there. So yeah, we're just going to gloss over that part because I feel like I joked, I'm sorry. Everyone else explained this very well. But what I want to talk about is the award ceremony, which I have complained about profusely because it was so unnecessarily long. Okay. So for the acting, okay, this is going to be a bit of a rant. Okay. So for the acting, there was TV acting and whatever, which was all in English. But because this is South Africa, we also had Afrikaans categories included. So at the award ceremony, we sat down 9 a.m. We were ready to get things done. They went through the dancing categories. They went through the everything category. And when I thought about how I could explain this in the speech,